Is it arrogant to say that Jesus is the only way to God? What about all those other religions with devoted followers? I think this question is why pluralism has found its way into Christianity. I was driving home from New Mexico when I saw a digital billboard for a church, and the first image gave information about the Bible study. The second image was about the church itself, and the third image said coexist. This idea that all religions lead to the same God is widespread. But let me ask this, is it even possible? This is what pluralism teaches, that the plurality of views about God and spirituality all lead to the same destination, heaven, paradise, or whatever someone may call it. But let's take a deeper look at this. The only way that all religions could lead to the same God is if they all believe and teach the same thing. So, do all religions teach the same thing? Islam teaches that Jesus was a great prophet and that we should follow his teachings. Sounds similar to Christianity so far. But here's where they take completely separate paths. Christianity believes that at the end of Jesus' life, Jesus died on the cross and was bodily rose from the dead 3 days later. Mainstream Islam teaches that Jesus only appeared to die and then someone who looked like him took his place and the real Jesus was taken up into heaven. How important is this difference? Very, because as we'll see, it's not just a difference but a contradiction. Likewise, the Bible teaches salvation only comes when you confess that Jesus is Lord and believe that God rose him from the dead 3 days later. Islam denies the Christian doctrine of salvation. In contrast, Christianity denies the Muslim belief that good works lead to heaven. This means the two religions are not teaching different paths to God, they're teaching opposite directions to God, and thus only one of them may be right. For example, say you bought tickets to a football game and you're driving with your friend to the stadium. After driving on the highway, your GPS says, take a left, heading west for 20 miles toward the stadium. But your friend says, the GPS is broken, take a right east for 20 miles and you'll get there. Even though you think your friend is crazy and ignore him, the point is each road is leading in opposite directions. Is it arrogant to say that only one way will lead to the stadium and the other will not? Or better yet, how long will you take directions from someone if they said that all paths, all streets, all modes of transportation, even a boat, will lead to the same football game? It doesn't matter which way you take or how you get there. The point is to say that all religions lead to the same God is illogical and impossible, because each religion says only their way is right and all of their ways are wrong. What's interesting is that usually the one advocating for pluralism does so in order to be tolerant or respectful to other beliefs because they feel it's intolerant to say that somebody is wrong. But in reality, they practice the very thing they're against. By saying that all religions lead to the same God, they're saying only this view is right and everyone who disagrees is wrong. But who disagrees with them? Every single religion. Because every single religion believes pluralism is an incorrect view. So no matter what position you take, you will disagree with someone. Why does this matter? Because our beliefs have consequences for this life and the next. If Christianity teaches only belief in Christ's death and resurrection brings salvation, then by definition, those who don't believe in this suffer the eternal consequences. Likewise, if Christianity is false and Islam is true, everyone who does not believe in Islam will suffer consequences. Truth matters because beliefs have consequences. Some consequences are beneficial, adding to the livelihood of ourselves and everyone around us, while other consequences can be devastating. In this way, sharing what we believe to be true is not arrogant or intolerant, but the loving thing to do. Just as love would tell an addicted family member they need rehab instead of tolerating their addiction. As Christians, we should take seriously Jesus' truth claim that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. By stating this, he was claiming that all other paths were wrong, false, or incorrect, and only through him can you get to the one true God. Now you might disagree with him, but then you must ask, why is what I believe true, and thereby what Jesus believes false? Now there are ways of testing our worldview to see if what we really believe is true, and that's something I'll cover in the next video, testing worldviews. But make no mistake, Christ himself did not believe all other paths lead to God. So let's review. Religions do not all teach the same thing. Their beliefs are not just different, but oppose one another. Our beliefs have consequences for this life and the next. And Jesus clearly believed that He was and is the only way to God. As Christians, it is our calling to be Christ's messengers, and compromise on Christ's message is not an option. This means that teaching Jesus is the only way is not arrogant when done with love and respect, because love cares for the well-being of others, and this means sharing the truth with them.